guys, it is a cold, miserable December day here in Texas, and I'm stuck changing the thermostats on my 2006 6.6 liter LBZ Duramax. I saw a lot of videos out there that take a lot of time with a bunch of nonsense. I'm going to take y'all straight into it, show you what needs to be done and what doesn't. So the first thing I like to do is take the negatives off my battery cable. I do that for two reasons. One, just out of precaution. Two, because I've got an aught gauge alternator wire going directly to my battery that I had to get up and out of the way. After that, take your serpentine belt off, take your resonator off. I've already deleted mine. If you're going to delete yours, get a good cap for it. Don't get a plumber's plug because it can drop the bolt off the bottom and go directly into the turbo. And if you're like me and you went stage 2R from Danville, that's not a good time. Don't hate me for my powder coat. I need to get that fixed. After that, go ahead and take the four 15mm bolts for your AC compressor so you can drape that up and out of the way. You're going to want to take your high pressure sensor plug out and also this little guy here next to the side of it. Drape those up out of the way. This is for your AC compressor itself. So like I said, unplug those, drape it up out of the way. From there, take your wiring harness plugs out. Be careful with these. Just kind of twisting them allows these to push out. That way they suck back in with the same process. Drape those up and over out of the way. You're going to want to remove these, the 12mm bolts and nut off the back of this bracket here so that you can gain access to this bracket. Pull it up and out of the way. It allows your upper radiator tube to come up. A lot of people say you need to take the tube off from the turbo. I did not find that to be necessary. After you get those off, you'll take the four 12mm bolts off the side of the thermostat housing, and that'll allow the whole assembly to pull up and out of the way. From there, you've got your small thermostat. It goes in the back, and the larger one, the taller one, it goes in the front. These have already been swapped. I like to take a little Scotch-Brite to these mating surfaces while I'm in here just to make sure they're cleaned up. When you pull this open, you're going to get a little fluid pour down the front of the motor, but that's not a big deal. After that, assembly is just the same way. You drop this back down gingerly, put the 4mm bolts, 4 12mm bolts back in, tighten those down, just, you know, firm, not too tight. I think there's a torque specification for that. I've got to look that up here in a second. As well as the brackets over here with 12mm. Same with the bracket for the wiring harness. Push those back in. Once you do that, you can drop your AC compressor back on top. Plug your wiring harness back into there. I'll have to rerun my alternator wire as well while I do that. From there, put your resonator back on, serpentine belt back on. Then you'll come down here and you'll open up this bleeder screw. You don't have to take it all the way out. Just get it real loose to where air can move through it. Then you'll go ahead and fill up your coolant reservoir until fluid starts to spill out of here. Always use Dex Red or Dex Cool. That's what it is. Sorry about that. The red fluid. The Dex Cool. That's a must for GM applications. You're going to use that. Pour that in until fluid comes out of here. Tighten that back down, getting up to operating temp. Once you do that, open it back up, make sure there's no air left in the system, put a little more in your coolant reservoir, and that should wrap it up for you. So let me know in the comments if y'all have any other questions or need any help with anything. I'll do my best to get any answers to you, but that should about cover it. Good luck.